is up?
We are fucking back.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a little distant. Let me adjust my camera.
It
Fucking A, brother. What's up,
What is up,
man? Good to
dude?
have you back. How was that week
Off.
off? Doing some military drills, my brother.
Yeah, funny stories about that. So I know if Aaron pops in the chat, he's gonna be super stoked for this fucking story. But we
Aaron's the guy from last week,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He watches all the time.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. What's
before
up,
we start
Aaron?
on that though,
Glad to have you watching, man. That's
oh,
awesome.
Aaron's fucking great. Before we start
Awesome,
though,
brother.
fucking like this, subscribe it, share it out on your social media and all that shit because it really helps us out and it doesn't cost you anything. Any
Also, happy fucking Saturday. Just so you guys know, happy fucking Saturday.
It is Saturday.
Get that spirit in you. Get a couple drinks in you. Get a couple
Cheers,
sodas in
boys.
you, whatever it is. A couple fucking seltzers and cranberries. That's a good one too, right there. But let that spirit up in you. It's Saturday night. Have a fucking blast, man. It's week off. It's nice to be back. I honestly forgot about tonight for a second. For a split second, is at a show today. I had a show. It was a bridal shower for my band, and completely forgot. And then Connor hit me up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And like, it's not like this isn't priority. This is priority, but
I hit you up.
sometimes
I hit
you
you up
let
because I
things
finished
go.
an episode of Seinfeld and I was like, all right, either you're asleep or you forgot. So I was like, I'm gonna take the chance and call you. As I call you, you're watching Seinfeld too, and you're like, no, it's Friday.
Seinfeld show. Nah, I hear you, man. I hear. I actually look forward to this every week. I really do. I look
So
forward
do
to
I.
talking to people about what needs to be heard, and also just shooting this shit, man. It's nice. And also the chat. I love the chat with people. That's great. That's another aspect I love, man. Shooting the shit with people too that I don't know. It's nice to make friends. It's a good community. Well, tell me what you had about last week.
So let me see if I can find one of the things real quick. If I can't find it, fuck it. And what we will do is move on. But I think. Oh, all right. Can't find that. Anywho, so we go to drill, and they're like, "Fucking, hey, we're gonna." We got there like way too early, but it was just late enough where they stopped serving breakfast at whatever fucking barracks we were at, and so like around lunchtime, one of the fucking sergeants was like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy," because the whole unit's deployed, and so there's like a rear detachment. That's what we're on, and obviously now that they're allowing vaccine refuser guys back, I'm back. So
Oh, just so you know, you're a vax refuser.
yeah, I'm one of those dudes. So
Just when you think you know someone.
just when you think you know someone. So
Go ahead.
I fucking so they're like, "Hey, we brought you guys pizza," and the one kid with us had a car, so he's like, "Oh, I'll drive you guys to go get it." So we go get it, and Aaron is like, "I'll be right back." This motherfucker walks out of a liquor store with a huge tote bag size brown fucking bag, and I'm like, "What's that?" And he's like, "I spent like 80 to $100 on whiskey," and I'm like, "Oh, all right, that's cool." So we go back, and they're like, "Dude, it's just so relaxed, nobody cares." So we start drinking till like 2:33 in the morning. We went through 3 bottles of Buffalo
My man.
Traces. 3 bottles of Buffalo Traces. Me, him, and like 3 or 4 other
I,
people.
I don't I don't know if 3 bottles is called Buffalo Traces. I don't think you guys leave trace. Well, you guys might have got fucked up in like traces of being fucked up, like the soda bottles and stuff like that. But yeah, you
Dude,
leave traces.
it was
Buffalo
fucking
Trace. If you left Buffalo Traces, you'd have the Confederate Army looking for you, dying to fucking put you guys down.
they were like these motherfuckers. No, but
You
they're
guys got buffalo around here? We're trying to. You guys got buffalo? We're trying to
bro,
fuck
it
these
sucks because
buffalo up.
we were on the fucking second floor and the fucking bathrooms on the it's on the first floor and I'm like, I gotta piss. So I'm like, just fucking compose yourself. And I put my head down and I'm walking to the bathroom. I'm walking past all these higher up fucking dudes. And I get to the bathroom and I start peeing and I realized I'm like, I can smell myself. I can smell all the alcohol. And I just put my head back down and like shoot back upstairs. Some dude's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Yep." Yeah, that's it. And I just kept walking, and he's like, "The fuck is that guy's problem?" But yeah, that was last week, dude. Today, I went on quite the adventure. So I came down to
What?
your neck of the woods for a couple hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in
You didn't
Selden.
tell me?
I did. I texted you. I texted you yesterday. If you look at the text, I said, "Hey," I said, "I'm going to be in Selden for just a few hours, and then I'm going to shoot back up so we could do the show."
Oh, well,
So
I have a
first off,
show.
before I go on about what I got, I didn't know that fucking breakfast in New York had gotten so fucking expensive, bro.
About 8, 9,
Do you
$10.
know how much it was for two bagels, two coffees, and two orange juice?
$20.
40, 40
No, that's
fucking
all right.
dollars. And I ate and I was like, "What's up, Seth?" I ate and then I left. But I went
Oh,
to
Seth's on?
yeah, Seth just hit us up.
What's up, brother?
So I went and finished the fucking top half of my sleeve. I posted a picture on Twitter and then I realized it was a mistake to do that because you could see I have no ass as a white guy. But finally finished.
Looking mean as fuck.
So it's all basically done. We're gonna do the inside of
So,
the
what
arm.
is that? What does that fish eat, though? You feed him pellets?
I'm feeding him pellets, son. What do you think I got that fancy fish food? Nah,
You
but
just kind of feed him pellets like that.
I just dropped something. Um, yeah, dude. So then we're gonna do the inside of the arm, and I just he said that that closet door behind you, like the cracks, that said it looks like a 10 gauge shotgun sitting behind you.
Actually, I got a nice little fan behind me.
But
Wish I had a 10 gauge shotgun. That'd be nice. Should
12
get
works fine.
in New York. It's not. I mean, it's really not hard to get a shotgun, but I
But
should have one though for protection. Seth's right though.
but
Should be one. It should be right there behind me.
yeah, I fucking completely finished it up, and then now I got fucking we're coming up with something for the inner arm, which I think because it's attached to the koi, it's gonna probably be like lilies and stuff like that, or lily pads.
Well, I think that's easy. I think you should go Irish.
No, the whole thing's Japanese. I can't just put Irish in there out of nowhere.
No, no car bombs. Nothing. Okay, I got you. Understandable. Yeah,
But then we
trying
also
to stay away
priced
from the
out.
IRA. Yeah, it's all right. I understand.
We also
Big
priced out
IRA
the
tax.
back piece I'm looking at, so that one's gonna take a while to do.
Or maybe a good old Beelzebub.
Little good, little Beelzebub.
Good old Beelzebub.
So man, the fucking hits keep on coming in this country, right? Like you sent me a fucking article.
It's been nonstop, left and right, weird shit. Like after a while, you gotta start,
Questioning
yeah,
everything.
questioning things. Like it's not just a coincidence. Once one or two, yeah, maybe, no, three or four, maybe 10, 20. No, you got something going on.
Dude, alls I know is you sent me that article. I looked it up. I have the fucking story. Um, would you like to play the intro music for it?
Um, I would, but
Okay.
you know how it goes.
Anyway, this fucking happened.
Molten metal and debris rained down on an Ohio neighborhood on Monday after an explosion tore through a metals plant about 15 miles southeast of Cleveland. At least one person was killed and about a dozen others injured, mostly with burns, according to officials and media reports. The blast sent smoke billowing into the sky that could be seen for miles around the I. Schumann & Co. metals plant in Bedford. Authorities said they did not yet know what caused the explosion, but that all the casualties were people on site. Oakwood Fire
So
Department.
this is kind of going right along the lines of what we've been talking about. I feel like this is an ongoing segment that we have. I feel like this should be a segment that we have where it's like odd shit that happens in the
Well,
United States. Like I
it's
know that song you had for me. I don't want to play because it's lives lost. The joke isn't there, but there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of weird things going on. A lot of chemical plants, industrial plants going up, and it's just like At what point is it a coincidence? At what point do you start questioning what's going on? Because it's just getting outrageous. And go ahead, explain this one.
Well, that's one of them, and then you sent me another one, and there's no video on it, but there was a fucking another chemical plant explosion. It's like, what the fuck is going on, man? Especially with Ohio. You had the one in Texas last week. It's literally been a year, because it's not even just this past month. It's been a year of really vital
Chemical
places
plant after
blowing
chemical
up,
plant
dude.
after. But in all seriousness, though, it's like nonstop, just insane. Like industrial plant, chemical plant, agricultural plant, whatever it is. And like, what's the whole incentive? That's where you start thinking there's something going on. I know also, I think Bill Gates owns like 55% of the agricultural community in the United States, which is weird. He has no agricultural experience. He's not a farmer or has no farmer background. His family doesn't, but he just keeps buying it up. And also, it's weird that there's been a ton of industrial fires as far as agricultural and packing plants, Smithfield, all these companies. I think there was like 30
In the past
through
month and a half.
20. Well, no, before that, going on, I think 2010. Oh, no, sorry, 2020 and 2021. It was about like 20 to 30 of them. So it's kind of nuts. Like, you have these many plants, and like you start the question, and like, yeah, insurance picks it up, but like after a while, who investigates this? Who investigates this many companies having this? But also, yeah,
Nobody.
like Bill Gates owning all these farms and it's not even farms at this point. It's kind of just like a
Before anybody
fucking
wonders what
chemical
I'm doing,
plant,
it's the
It just
fucking
really
it's
is.
the snuff that I just put to my nose. Um, well, he had that fucking Beyond Meat processing shit in Europe, and this before it was even slated to open, the people were so pissed, the farmers, they went there, they set the fucking building on fire.
Yeah, well, I wish people in the United States had more balls.
Nah, man,
I
they're a
don't want to say
fucking
that. Like, I feel like it's a little harsh to say that, but like,
nah, they're pacified.
I'm just gonna cover my mouth. A nice revolution would be cool. People, people. Hey, I agree with a revolution in the United States. Like things like that. Also taxes too. Like they tax you when it comes in, they tax you when it goes out, they tax you a million times over. They tax you on your underpants, they tax you when you sleep, they tax you when you piss. It's just come on, come on. Where do we draw the line? Where do we dump the fucking tea in the river?
Uh,
Maybe I'm just I might be a little bitter.
Seth said the Ohio region is jacked. I'm not eating any fish I catch in a body of water that the Ohio River leaches into. The acid rain went your way, but the feeder creeks come my way. We luckily didn't get.
That's awful though that he's affected by that he can't eat what he catches. That's fucked up.
Yeah, we also, but we didn't get. I think it just died. It didn't touch.
Oh,
It didn't touch us at all.
I would think it didn't die. I would think we're still breathing
No,
it
no, no.
in. It's
I
still
mean,
there.
it
There's
didn't.
no way it didn't affect us. Yeah, same way that Fukushima made its way around the world a couple times.
No, I know, but I'm saying like it literally just stopped at what town is that? Fuck, it's out west. I think not Pittsburgh.
It didn't stop in any town.
well, no,
It
the
slowly.
dissipated, but it literally
No,
just
no,
missed
no.
my town by 50
We,
miles.
yeah, no, no. Don't think it didn't hit your town. You got something in your water. You got something in your air. We all feel it. We're all gonna get that. It's just they're allowed. They're allowed a certain amount of bullshit. And it's fucked up because if we as a people, blew something up and had that bullshit, we would be fined tens of thousands of dollars. But they can get away with this insane poisoning. It's like I said. I don't mind people dumping and having a revolution. It's cool. You know.
Yeah, but this is way too fucked up, man.
Yeah,
Um,
well, Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Saturday
Yeah,
night.
it's just
It's
I don't
getting
know.
getting weird. It's kind of getting fucking weird.
I really believe there's two things going on. Either we are really under attack. We've been at war, and you good?
I said that
The last episode,
couple episodes before. Yeah, I think
we're either that or the government's really kind of just getting us good. They're bamboozling us, as some would so elegantly put it.
It's weird because like you would think that you think we're under attack with the amount of little things going on, but also you would think that they're also guilty at it, but they're not saying anything. They could also just get away with like, hey, we got hit here. We're imposing this tax, this tax, this tax. The way they say, hey, we're $11 million to the Kennedy Center for this, and we're stuck paying it. It's kind of we're just stuck with a really horrible government paying money for things we don't want to pay for when they should go to things towards us, towards helping homeless, helping you know
Well, every politician in the past couple years, every fucking one has made that promise. Like, sure, we're gonna fix fucking Flint, Michigan, and it's like, well, no, we're gonna send fucking $500 billion to the Ukraine first, and fucking Flint can go fuck itself.
Flint, Michigan is like Flint, Michigan is what Ohio is going to be now.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Ohio is the
for
new
sure.
Palestine. Ohio is going to be the new Flint, Michigan, and nobody's going to care. Same way that what was the word for Katrina?
That was New Orleans, and it was the Ninth Ward or some shit.
Thing. Like they'll never get the actual response they need, the attention they need.
Nah.
We'll give away millions, tens to hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries, other programs when that money is just well better spent in the United States. The same way Katrina was just underspent.
Botched.
These people go suffering, and also not even like you're gonna give away. I remember it was like something like $10 or $30 to the Kennedy Center. Like, who gives a fuck about the Kennedy Center when you can spend that money even after Katrina? Katrina's long done, but just still saving and rehabilitating those old buildings, those beautiful buildings for all that music and stuff. But no, we need $30 million to the Kennedy Center I don't even know what it is to keep the cable runs good, and keep the electric up in that
keep
building and
inviting the
stuff
Foo
like that.
Fighters to pay tribute to other bands.
Yeah, Foo Fighters gotta stay coming. We gotta have the Foo Fighters. Yeah, it's fucking made $90 million, but it's just nuts though. It really is. It's the money in this country goes horribly spent, and who pays it? Taxpayers.
Seth said Ohio's been Flint before Flint was a thing. You ever been there? They put chili on spaghetti.
Actually, ask him to give like a quick couple of words in a sentence that explains why they were the first ones, and I would love to look into that. Yeah, just give us. Also, we have to. We're gonna change the plan. Oh, I think I can see the. Oh,
I put the chat up.
do I actually see the words are up there?
Yeah, I put the chat up.
I didn't even see that. My bad.
That's what I was doing this whole time. I was actually, I'm gonna make it bigger. I was fucking around trying to get the chat while we were talking.
I love that. I like hearing people's perspective from what's actually going on. We can only hear news, but that's awesome.
Well,
Also,
Seth, I
like
think
that
you
Seth's
you
been
live
on
in
a couple
Kentucky,
weeks.
don't you?
I love that. Sorry, what was that?
I'm pretty sure Seth lives in Kentucky, and like he said, all that fucking basin water comes down from the Ohio River. So I mean, like, he can't do shit. Like he's fucked. He's directly downstream from that. And that shit flows to the Mississippi and a bunch of states.
It doesn't even matter where it flows. It should stop where it comes from. It's awful that it even starts and originates in a specific spot. Like we have fucking radioactive pollution water. That's crazy.
Seth said it's like East New York. You have to go there and experience it. Fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair fucking point. East New York is a fucking garbage dump.
We gotta get Seth on one of these episodes recently.
Seth,
soon.
Aaron wants to come on. There is, I don't want to spoil it. There is a really good chance
Don't
that
spoil
there is.
it. Just be vague.
There is a pre-recorded interview.
Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
I won't. There's a good chance. I'm in talks that there is going to be a pre-recorded interview that we will play and put on the main page with somebody who was a lot of people's heroes in the 90s. It's I've been talking to him back and forth. We're just trying to get time and day down, and the best part is we're on the same seaboard, so it could happen very quickly. I just waiting for the time and date from him. The other guy hasn't gotten back to me yet. Not bringing my 10 gauge to that, Seth.
Man, it's nice seeing Seth comments. I do miss you, Seth. I appreciate your comments, bro. Nice to see you on here. Oh, so
Wait.
what's on? What we got going on? We got some celebrity gossip.
It's not even
Which is
gossip,
weird
dude.
because
I didn't know about this because I
it's not
was out.
celebrity gossip. Celebrity gossip just kind of seems to follow you around no matter where you go. You could be sitting
Because
in
they
the
suck.
bathroom, you could be sitting in- yeah. Even if you're trying to avoid it, it still finds you. But the way you're trying to avoid it, like going to the fucking train station. By the way, Long Island Railroad just introduced Grand Central Station lines, and it's awful. You're waiting for connections, and anyway, God forbid I brought a gun on. I got in trouble. I got arrested. People let me go. Like Mike Epps. Mike Epps
You told me about
from
this. I didn't even fucking know about this.
next Friday. Mike Epps got arrested for bringing a gun onto a plane. They didn't arrest him, but they detained him. Yeah, and he said he's like, it wasn't like I'm a violent person. It was just that I have a lot of money. I have jewelry and stuff like that, so I don't want to get robbed. And he's like, you would do the same thing, and kind of agree with him. But then I started looking along the lines, and we got Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp is like kind of a hero, not really a hero, but I like '90s basketball. I love '90s basketball. Sean Kemp was a Supersonics guy in the '90s, mid '90s, and he got arrested also at an airport. And what is this one? Sean
No.
Kemp.
He wasn't in an airport. He wasn't in an
Oh,
airport. Mike Epps was the
he was the
airport.
Mike Epps is the airport. Sean Kemp is the drive-by shooting. So they let him go, but he's still also wanted. Not really wanted, but also. I'm sorry. This is sounding awful. Like he's a gangster dude. He was just in a car in a drive-by shooting, but also, you got to be in like your 50s at this point. You were. Let's look him up. Sean
I'll
Kemp.
play the Mike Epps thing while you do that real quick.
Comedian Mike Epps was detained after a show in his hometown this weekend. DSA agents detained the Indy native at the airport after they found a handgun in his bag. Airport officials confirm Epps was detained Sunday morning. Agents found a .38 special revolver with 4 rounds loaded. He had just performed at Gainbridge Fieldhouse the night before. The police documents say he told officers that he forgot the gun was in his backpack. Epps was not arrested. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office will decide whether to file charges. Based on our research, that's rare for cases just like this.
I do appreciate what he said, though. He wasn't wrong. He had 4 rounds, mistake, complete mistake. And he even said, like, I carried around, not a big deal. Like, I do appreciate that. Like, you carry a fucking gun, you're not a violent person. Also, Sean Kemp's 53. But what are you in a car for a drive-by shooting? What are you even involved? You should be at home on your tablet, looking at
He's
fucking.
dumb, man. Some people don't grow out of that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But he's like in a car doing drive-by shooting. He was in some sort of shit years ago. Nothing big, but damn, Sean Kemp stopped. But anyway, Mike Epps, yeah, I agree. Carrying a fucking gun, yeah, you gotta keep yourself safe. Yeah.
I don't know why it's not popping up. But first, it said, fun fact, the dude that designed Grand Central is from Metcalfe County, Kentucky, where he's from. Other than that, they got meth lab and Civil War skirmish sites. Civil War skirmish sites, by the way. Cool as shit.
He couldn't afford to load the whole gun. Mike Epps. I'm sorry, Mike Epps. You got triggered, bro. Oh, I didn't even mean that one. I think he just had 4 shots, keeping himself safe, coming from Cali.
Dude,
gotta
4
keep
shots
yourself
ain't doing shit.
safe. Oh, man.
Hi, Piggy.
You hear that, right?
Oh,
You
yeah,
that?
I hear
This is-
that.
We're going to show you guys Pig.
You're going to sky bear her. There she is.
This is Piggy.
She blends
Piggy's
straight
little
into you.
Oh, you can see her.
Bro, my handgun is always fully loaded. I also keep 2 magazines on me. fully loaded.
Safety off.
Safety always off. And then I have my fucking M4 clone at home, and that's, I mean, Pennsylvania, you're allowed to have 30 round mags, which is great, but it's just like 4 fucking rounds. That's all you can get is 4 fucking rounds.
I feel like you're asking me a question. Wait, that's all you can get is 4 rounds.
See this?
I got another for you.
All right.
Let's move on.
Old man gave me that when I was in grade 7. Seen a lot of action. 9mm. Safety always off.
Always off.
That is fucking one of the greatest characters of all time.
Drink up, everybody.
Oh, hell yeah. It's fucking Saturday night, son.
A lot of questions this morning after Seattle Supersonics legend Sean Kemp is in custody after an alleged drive-by shooting in Tacoma.
According to sources close to Kemp, the shooting was in self-defense. Fox 13's Brian Flores has been digging into this story. Good morning to you, Brian.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Well, as of this morning, you guys...
The shooting was in self-defense, you know.
He drove by and shot the dude.
You know, he's right. I do side with him because I've had so many shootings where I felt like I was in self-defense when I shot back, and I feel like it's just so much stress having to deal with the shooting. You know, it hurts you. It hurts you. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Guys, at least according to the Pierce County Corrections, Kemp remains in custody after an allegation that he was connected to what they describe as a drive-by shooting outside the Tacoma Mall. Now, we obtained this video of Kemp after the altercation outside the mall here. As he approached the vehicle, we understand the suspect shot at him, and he fired back in self-defense. But there's still obviously a lot of questions about exactly what happened. We know the shooting followed, again, some sort of altercation. According to Tacoma police, investigators say it involved 2 vehicles, and police add that one of the drivers stayed while the other left the scene. Now, many know, of course, Kemp's back.
Like, all right. I'm sorry. Let me refrain and repeat that. So, what do you hang out with doing? What do you hang out with people that shoot guns in mall parking lots? Like shooting guns, yeah, that's great as long as you're trained and you know what you're doing. You're shooting a gun, you know how to reload and clean it and stuff like that. But you're just shooting a gun in a parking. Like, look at this guy. What is going on right here?
Seth said they got room and furniture guns in Kentucky. Fun fact, Seth, I do have an ottoman somewhere in my house that has no space in it. But if you could find said ottoman and open it up, there's a lot of shit in that fucking ottoman. So I feel you with the room and furniture. There's a gun in every room.
Yeah, I think just guns get really, they have a horrible look at. You know, people just don't. The whole thing is like people need to be trained on something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
If you
yeah.
look at something as a mystery, it's always going to be a mystery. But if you're trained on it, you know how to disable it, you know how to clean it and stuff like that, and you know how to load it, you're good. There's something to look at in other countries. Other countries, they reload people all the time. That's your training when you grow up, and it's your military training. It's either school training and stuff like that. I think in like Korea and Asia, that's your training, like just reloading pistols and stuff like that. But
I can strip. I've done this. I can field strip a fucking.
I've seen you strip.
No, I could do a 249
Yeah, sure.
saw. I can do it with my eyes closed and put it back together, clean it, and do the
I
function
can do it
check.
with my eyes closed. I prefer to see you strip with my eyes closed too. Yeah, you know, it's just that dong's kind of just too big for my eyes. I just kind of.
Who needs it? Who
Yeah,
needs it?
well, I'm sure there's people that need it, you know, but I prefer to just close my fucking eyes. That dong is huge. Also, have you had that looked at? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, elephantitis.
Like you kind of like rubber band it to your ankle, and I know it's a resolve, but it's really not a complete resolution. Like you need to, dude, you need to see a doctor about that.
I need to
It's kinda
take my
fucked up.
dong in. I need to bring my dong to the doctor.
Yeah, I'm like I said, it's just a little weird.
Where is it?
Meters.
You're getting your mileage out of that one, aren't you?
Yeah, I like that one. It's a good one.
So wait, let's play the rest of this video real quick because I have something. From our Seth said Kemp was my favorite player in NBA Jam for Sega, which I still play.
Supersonics, bro. Kemp was an amazing person. Kemp was great, man. That's 90s basketball. That's an old school shit.
Basketball career, but more recently, he's been known as a many know, of course, Kemp's basketball career, but more recently, he's been known as a businessman throughout the community. Right now, he and his business partners are operating 2 Kemp's cannabis locations, one in Soto and one in Belltown. The opening of the Belltown location in 2020 marked the first black-owned marijuana.
Yeah, I was trying. I was like,
going, yeah.
I was like, fuck, I don't want to say that.
I'm not saying like he's a
No,
violent dude.
I
I'm
know,
just
but it
saying,
brings
like,
a lot of
it's
fucking
just
trouble.
easy. It makes sense when you have a violent person or guns involved in drugs. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I smoke weed too. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just saying things make more sense. You know.
Yeah, that was a fucking weird one. I mean, whatever. I don't own a dispensary.
Dispensary in Seattle. Kemp was also the owner of Oscar's Kitchen, a sports bar in Lower Queen Anne that actually closed down in 2015, and also a part of Amber's Kitchen on First Avenue as well. Police say overall nobody was hurt. There's also no reports of damage to any buildings or cars at this time, but obviously the investigation continues, and we'll continue to follow that as well. In the newsroom, Brian Flores, Fox 13 News.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know why
I don't know why
the chat's still being weird, but Seth said I'm trying to find my outside cat Jalapenos. She showed up in August, and I said if I have to feed it, I get to name it.
August that's a long time ago.
No. He's saying he fed it in August and then decided then to name it Jalapenos.
Okay.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, I appreciate all those cat dads out there that are feeding those cats that are feral because they gotta get food somehow.
So this,
actually, I remember Seth having chickens. I think that were killed by roosters years ago in a science experiment. I don't know if you can dive deeper on that one, but yeah, remember
Seth, if you can dive
deeper
deeper
like
on
the
that, let
bumping
us know.
house for a while. Seth House was a wild. He had a really now I'm thinking about it. Seth had a really mean fucking shed that we would smoke weed in. That shed was great, but Seth also had a mean glass bowl that you would put in the freezer. So it was a liquid filled glass bowl that had liquid that was glow in the dark, which I mean, it sounds like it's fucking fake. It sounds like I'm talking dream world, but anyway, we'd fill this thing in the freezer and we'd pack it, and it just gave you clean, nice, cold hits, and it was great. And we would just smoke it in the back, and yeah, that was like peaceful times when nobody cared. But yeah, that's going back like 20 years ago. Sorry,
No, you're good.
I'm putting you on the spot right now. Yeah.
I had a mean rooster that I had a mean rooster that broke my stepkid's ankle and fought off a red-tailed hawk. That's a badass motherfucking rooster. Then if it could fight off a hawk, hawks are pretty fucking cool, man.
Those mean motherfuckers. Hawks kill anything. They kill dogs, cats, anything. Hawks are fucking awful, man.
So
I'd rather eat a hawk than fucking admire it.
So this happened today. This happened in our neck of the woods in Moriches, but you remember like a year or two ago there was the whole Thomas Valva case.
Oh yeah.
So the dad, yeah. If you don't know about Thomas Valva, I'll give you a quick fucking. You should know about it, but there was a family in Moriches. Dad was a cop, and the mom was, I think she was an Eastern European immigrant. They had divorced. He obviously was I think a Suffolk cop. I might be wrong on that though. He had a live-in girlfriend, and he would lock the kids in the garage because he was a piece of human shit. And the one son, Thomas Valva, had really bad autism, and he would just starve them, and the kid ended up dying from fucking hypothermia. Which, I mean, like...
she was fully aware.
And she was fully aware. So, I mean, I know that sounds terrible. I hope that the dad gets what the fuck he's going to get in prison. I hope it happens.
I was talking about that last time. So he's a former
Aaron
cop,
Krudner says Buffalo
and
Traces. Hell yeah, son.
and so he's a former cop, and he's in, jail with these people over killing a kid, and I hope they just prolong what's going on. I hope he lasts a really long time.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
to
for
have
sure.
him killed really quick. That's like Dante Taylor. Dante Taylor, which go look it up. Dante Taylor.
That's a kid I
the
went to
murdered
school with.
girl. Yeah, so you can look that one up. But anyway, a guy like this, we could just only hope and pray that he's prolonged and he's tortured over a long period of time, because this guy, man, you fucking killed a little kid. You had him starve, and you had him just freeze to death in your garage, and you had a girl that was your fiance or girlfriend at the time. They both need to starve.
So, and the worst part is
killing them is an easy way out.
Yeah, it's a
They
cop
need to
out.
fuck.
The worst part is that little kid was locked in the garage with his other brother and sister, so they had to spend the rest of the night with the fucking
And
dead kid.
they watched.
It's a fucking terrible thing.
They need to, like I said, whatever it is, they just need to go the long term. It needs to be a long term suffering for them.
Yeah,
They need to really
jailhouse justice, but
rape and all that.
Whatever.
Fingers in your butt, all that good stuff.
Whatever. But this happened today. I was at the tattoo shop when this broke live, so.
Woman has been found guilty for her role in the horrific death of an 8-year-old boy with autism who was forced to sleep in a garage overnight.
It only took the jury a few hours to determine her actions contributed to the boy freezing to death. Jody Goldberg talked to one of the jurors about her behavior in court.
Will the defendant please rise and face the jury?
Angela Polina hung her head as the jury, after nearly 5 hours of deliberations, delivered the verdict Friday afternoon.
Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. The 45-year-old was found guilty on all counts, including murder.
The jury has spoken, and then we will continue to look at and try to learn lessons from what happened in this case, and to take steps to make sure that something like this never ever again happens in Suffolk County.
Through text messages, testimony, and
Well, it shouldn't happen anywhere.
It should never happen.
It shouldn't happen anywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck Suffolk County. It just shouldn't happen. I mean,
Well, they're going to take the steps necessary to make sure it never happens again, including like $10 million of our taxpayers' money to go towards funding of something along that nature to make sure this never happens again. It's going to happen like 10 times over. You know that.
I know.
We know that.
I know.
The money just goes into the wrong hands. Everything's just,
dude, it's. I mean, I don't know. It sucks too, because like when I first heard about it, I was like, dude, who the fuck kills an autistic kid?
pussy people. Pussy men.
Seth said, I hope they make him work the prison glory hole 15 hours a week. 15 hours a week or 15 hours a day, buddy?
A weak person does that. Somebody that's weak and they've been abused. And, I'm sorry that they were abused because they shouldn't have been abused. But it's that cycle that needs to be dead. And you need to dead that cycle and just, make it better,
Yeah, break
the cycle doesn't need to prolong and go on. Things weren't always great for me. I'm not saying I was abused. I was never abused. Nothing near that. But I just always want to.
Well, we had a weird childhood because our
yeah, but our
dad.
It wasn't horrible. But
No, it wasn't horrible. But our dad
better.
left.
You always,
Our dad left, and look at that. We have great relationships.
Better, though. You want to make it better. You never want
Absolutely.
to even question it. You want it to make it the fullest childhood you could have. But it's awful. These people are just. It's like you have to deal with fucking monsters and predators, and it's fucking awful. And you're just trying to keep your kids safe, but you have no chance.
In Suffolk County.
Through text messages, testimony, and surveillance video, prosecutors over the past 2 weeks told jurors that Polina acted in concert with ex-NYPD officer Michael Velva, her then fiance and Thomas's dad, to torture 8-year-old Thomas and his brother, both on the autism spectrum, because they struggled with incontinence. They argued Polina, the sole witness to take the stand for the defense, concocted a story about trying to save Thomas when in reality, she was the reason he slept in the garage garage in the first place, adding Polina did nothing to save Thomas when he froze to death in January of 2020.
She constantly kept looking down at the ground, and she gave off a feeling to me that said, you know, she has a coldness to her. It made her hard to like because there was nothing there that made it attractive to really want to, you know, to run with the story that she was presenting.
In Riverhead, Long Island, Jody Goldberg, Fox 5 News.
Building your own.
Now, I don't like that they interviewed the fucking the juror. They shouldn't have done that. They should have just quoted him or some shit. But I really hope that they get fucked up.
Well, think about, like I said, this guy, like, you know, the ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, whatever it was, she's gonna, you know, see her day. But this guy's an ex-cop. How many people did you put away? What is their retribution? They're gonna want to fuck you up so bad, and then you're in jail. Now you're there. So, you know, good layers of fun.
Aaron, by the way, because you came in a little later, I'm gonna send you a messenger. Told you I was getting that tattoo done, so I gotta send you that on Messenger real quick. But there it is.
That was a coctopus, right? It was 8 cocks.
8 cocks going into my butthole.
Yeah.
8 cocks shoved in the octopus's mouth, and he's like, "Oh." But
amazing. That's amazing. I would like to see that. Connor, can you actually flash us your coctopus?
My coctopussy.
Oh, that's pretty goddamn kinky. So let's talk about Wayne Shorter. Wayne Shorter. That's a person that not a lot of people really recognize. Wayne Shorter was a jazz cat, and he was a alto saxophone player and a couple other horn instruments. But he goes back into the late 50s, early 60s with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. So he also took a hold of that band, and he was the composer. And it's crazy when you think about that. When you have a guy that's a kid, you know, he's in his teens, early 20s, and you say, "Hey, I'm a jazz cat, but you're my composer." Think about taking on a fucking 18-year-old as your composer. But he went on and he did all that stuff. And then he went on and just slayed it. He did Miles Davis, Bitches Brew, Miles Davis late 50s, early 60s, slayed it, kept going on, and then he started a group called Weather Report with Joe Zawinul. And Joe Zawinul's for Germany, and he had a great
Weather
line
Report.
for keyboards. Yeah, Weather Report. Great synthesizer sounds. I mean, you really can't beat the sounds. If you're into analog patching with synths, you would love Joe Zawinul. He was just patching constantly, trying to find that right sound. Tonto is another thing that you should also look if you're into analog synths. I'm just trying to think off the top of the brain. Analog synths with Stevie Wonder, Tonto, and stuff like that. Things like that where you have units that you're just trying to like a delay unit, a chorus unit, a reverb unit. You're just patching them in. Anyway, Joe Zawinul is a genius, and he had Weather Report, where he formed that with Wayne Shorter, and that was like early 70s. They went on a bunch of different
Iterations.
Yeah, they had
Jaco Pastores,
bass, Alfonso Johnson. They had Victor Bailey playing bass. They had all these different groups, and it went on. But sadly, Wayne Shorter finally passed this past week or 2 weeks ago.
About a week.
89.
Yep.
And I feel like people just don't understand who Wayne Shorter was and how great he was. He was just, I mean, to be placed in the position of composing for a jazz group when Art Blakey and the Messengers were already a jazz group, but this is you're in your 20s, early 20s, and this is we're gonna ask you to compose, but like, composing for a jazz group is different than like composing for a band. You know, you're writing songs, you're having key changes and chord changes and all this crazy shit. But like I said, Weather Report, everything. If I can even just let anybody go with one album to go and listen to, it's gonna be Weather Report's Heavy Weather album.
It's a great, that has Teen Town, Havana, and Birdland. Those are three of the most fucking awesome jazz songs that have ever been made. Havana
is like a standard.
Havana has one of the best bass fills of all time. It is extremely hard. Jocko, actually, if you know what, we'll talk about it later, but maybe December 1st, do a fucking happy birthday Jocko Pastorius fucking episode. I'll do that for you. Hell yeah, let's do that. Yeah. December 1st.
I kind of went off on a tangent.
No, dude, you're passionate about that. You love that stuff. That Jocko Pastorius is your fucking hero. You play bass like him.
He's such a hero.
I have him on Facebook. I have his son on Facebook. I don't know why.
Felix.
Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. I think I told him I was like, your dad's the best, and he was just like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, he's probably heard that a ton of times. Like, how many times have you heard your dad's the best? Your dad's the absolute best.
Yeah. His dad is the fucking...
All right, well,
his dad's the best. So, did you didn't see this. So, I don't know if the news is going to explain this or not, but Oregon... Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, Seth said bring public hanging back. Another fun fact, the last public hanging was held in Kentucky. I thought it was Texas. You might have me there.
I'm kind of a little split on that one. I'll stay on to chat with him about that one, but I think public hangings are kind of weird. It's a weird one.
Why? It was done in the 1800s, and it prevented a lot of shit. Cattle rustling and horse thievery was an automatic death sentence back then because that's what people's livelihood was. Maybe bring it back. Maybe
He's right, though. He's
maybe
right.
not in the sense that Saudi Arabia does it, where they hold you in a stadium and they fucking decapitate you. But hanging, sure, fine, fuck it, why not? If you do something that bad, sure, I'm all for it. So Oregon has this law where they don't. Oregon sucks. They do not cuff you in the courthouse, from what I hear. This gentleman is on trial. If I can get it up, which I can.
Oh, you can get it up.
Why is it not popping up, son? Maybe because I did that. This guy's on fucking... Oh, it's really not popping up. There we go. This guy's on trial for a homicide. So see, they uncuff him. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
He walks away. Comes away.
Out the fucking door, son. I don't know why there's no sound to this video.
More power to him.
Oh, dude, I'm one of those people, like, I know it sounds terrible, but, like, you know what? Let's watch the Inside Edition video. Let me turn this off. That sounded terrible. Let me turn this off with this stupid fucking ad plays. But I want to see if they have more information on it. No, it's one of those, like, weird hentai games.
And there he goes. The Washington County Sheriff's Department in Hillsboro, Oregon released video of a suspect fleeing the county courthouse during his trial. 28-year-old Eddie Villalobos faced several charges in court, including murder in the second degree, 2 counts of burglary in the first degree, unlawful use of a weapon, reckless driving, and reckless endangering. Per Oregon law, the deputies were required to remove all of the suspect's restraints during the jury selection. They took off the suspect's hand restraints and then those on his feet, freeing him up to quickly take off. Surveillance footage in the courthouse captured the escape from several angles. Once out of the courtroom, several officers and deputies searched for Villalobos for 2 hours using canines and drones. He was later found in an apartment and returned to Washington County Jail. Villalobos' trial was canceled and will be rescheduled at a later date.
I hate the music in the background. Dude, so...
Terrible.
I'm not even mad at him. Like, how could you be mad at that? Like, they unlocked your shit. Fucking run. I'd fucking run. Fuck that. They'd have me on the edge of a sewer pipe, and I'd be like, I didn't kill my wife.
Some fugitive ass shit.
Oh, it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
All right, well, I feel like on that note, we
Hold
need to
on.
end.
We have 2 more, and then we are done. This happened in, I forgot what, Minnesota. I'm turning the fucking music off.
God, you serious?
Just watch. This gets way better.
God damn. Oh, put that music. Put the music.
You want the riding music? All right. So they were caught because you looked away for a second. They were caught, but they have non-life threatening injuries. Bro, they plummeted 15 fucking feet in a car.
Well, I've seen that one, and there's a closer video of them plummeting, and it seems even more dangerous. But yeah, fucking run off on the wall. What do you expect? What do you expect? You know, it's like, Connor, what do you say? You play.
You play stupid games, you win stupid fucking prizes.
There you go. That should be the name of this episode. Say it again.
Play stupid game, you win stupid fucking prizes.
There you go. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
I got one more for you tonight before we get out of here. It's almost an hour. Holy shit. So I don't know why this happened, but apparently people were putting a shelter in place in China and asked to carry umbrellas because it started raining worms. I got to turn the music off, dude, because it's fucking killing me. They're shit fucking music. Look at what the fuck is going on, Dan. Wild footage circulating on Twitter shows Beijing being pummeled by what appears to be a rain of worms. Dude, this is like some biblical shit. As Chinese official warned residents to carry umbrellas to battle the wiggly weather. I'm not reading any more of it. It's not the end is near. Yet. I can't read their shit because it's just so corny and cringy. I didn't even know that they did the fucking stupid motherfucking thing where they're like, the wiggly rain. Seth said so much free bait. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't eat anything out of the fucking rivers in China. I'm sure their shit is just as bad as Ohio. I mean, they have no fucking regulations over there. They have nothing. So before we fully go,
well, before you go, I feel like we dropped off. You know, got a little lazy. But let's I feel like we've been very depressed on this last one. We've been so sad. Let's have a good one. Let's
that's what I'm trying to find now.
Yeah. Something good, something happy. What can we all dwell and respect on that we had this past week? Nothing. So let's go and talk about let's see. Yep. Connor.
Yeah.
How was Joel? How was Joel? How was your Joel?
It was fine, man. It was fucking annoying, but I mean, like I said, Aaron brought the fucking Buffalo Traces, which I've never had before. That is a fucking really, really delicious whiskey.
There you go, Buffalo Trace. That's some good shit. Seth, what have you been up to lately?
Yeah, Seth, what have you been up to lately? I get no fucking drawing of Windpipes Johnson anymore. Ain't get no shit. I'm waiting for him to respond. He's probably like, shut the fuck up. Let me see if I can get this for you. I showed this to you the other day. Yeah, I found it. I don't think we're going to get copyright stricken for this one either, which is really cool. So for anybody who doesn't know, John Deacon is Buffalo Trace is made up from the road for me. Goddamn, Seth, you have every fucking thing near you. For anybody who doesn't know, John Deacon obviously is the bassist for Queen. He was extremely silent in everything that he did. He didn't really give interviews or anything. He was more of a family man. He's the reason why they had a better record deal, and he holds to this day. He did their finances. John Deacon also wrote the bass part for Under Pressure. He wrote the bass part for Another One Bites the Dust, which is their only single in the United States to go #1. Every song that was a good hit. Every song he wrote was a single that sold multiple records. Also, another fun fact, they weren't going to release Another One Bites the Dust as a single. Michael Jackson heard it and said, that is the single for the album. And boy, was he right, because he used to watch them whenever they came to L.A. So I was reading his biography on Wikipedia. Is pretty short because he's that private. Another cool thing I read is the sound system and monitoring system that Queen used in the 70s, he designed it, and it was the most sophisticated in Europe in 1976 because he had a master's in electronics. So there's super fucking cool history behind John Deacon. I suggest if you want to like look up the Deaky amp and shit. So I didn't know this, but one of John Deacon's bass parts, I forgot which one it is based off of La Chick. I also didn't know that 1983, before it became mainstream, he did this. So he wrote this song with this dude. Listen to his bass part.
I see a child in a rundown place, cuts and bruises all over his face. Scrapping in the street, never take no job. Always one step ahead, gotta stay alive. His mama asked why he don't give in. He's so proud, you know he needs to win. Nobody can tell him when to stop, so he just keeps on going till the day he drops. Can we take it? Can we make it? Can we take it this time around? Can we take it? Can we make it? Can we take it this time around? I can take it. I can make it. I can take it this time around.
First off, if anybody, which would never happen, if anybody ever asked me to do a whole episode on John Deacon, I'd fucking do it. That guy is the most unsung hero in rock and roll history. Completely unsung. He wrote a song for this woman he was dating in 1975, Veronica Tarzoff, called "You're My Best Friend," and he has been with her since 1975.
Amazing.
And they even said he was unhappy on the road during the tours until he got home. So John Deacon is the fucking man. But yeah, he wrote a fucking rap song in 1983.
The epitome of loving who you're with.
Dude, I've been with my wife 13 years, and we are probably, it sounds corny, but we are better every day. Like, we are just phenomenal. We rarely ever bicker. And then I think the thing that really keeps it kind of like, we'll wake up on a Friday or Saturday when we're both off, and it's like, hey, I heard about this cool town in the middle of Pennsylvania. Let's go fucking drive to it. Like, she one day told me about Jim Thorpe. I've never been to Jim Thorpe. She's like, I heard about this town called Jim Thorpe. Let's go check it out. It's like Europe in fucking Pennsylvania. It's super fucking cool. We have a great fucking time. So, I mean, yeah, I would love to do a whole episode on him.
That's fucking awesome. That's great to hear.
But I say we start to head out because it's been an hour. I'm gonna go play some fucking. I think I'm gonna play some fucking Yakuza. Am I calling you after this, or are you going to bed?
Oh, we're gonna chill. We're gonna hang out with Seth. I think Seth's around.
Seth said I live in a place where it's legally allowed to be called bourbon. Well, Seth, God damn it, you make Kentucky sound even cooler every day, dude. I'm not gonna move there, but I would definitely come visit.
Let's get a private chat going.
I'll get a private chat with him. Before we go, I'll see if you want. Hey, Seth, do you want to do like a video call or just a private chat? I'll wait till he answers me, and then we'll make a decision based off that. But yeah, this is
Sexy chat.
But this has been fucking this has been Culture Vulture. Thank you for joining. And you know, last week, like I said, we had drill, and so I think next Saturday is going to be tricky. I got to play it by ear. Next Saturday, if you watch TV, go watch New York State do their St. Patrick's Day parade. You will see my stupid fat fucking face marching in that for the National Guard. I won't say what unit I'm in because I'm sure somebody will one day. He said he doesn't do video chats. All right, so then we'll fucking we'll do a 3-way just text chat based off that. He's too good for us. But yeah, so as of right now, I should be getting home. He said, "Holla at you, boy." Yeah, absolutely, Seth. We're gonna get a video or a regular chat going. Yeah, as of right now, so there is a show for next Saturday. Obviously, it's gonna start getting. I just want to say it's gonna start getting trickier. With me being put back in the National Guard for the last, fuck, what do I have? I have a year. I have 13, 14 months left. So it's the weekend, but our show is on the weekend until we start growing more viewership, and then we're going to either do it a couple times weekly, but if we get enough, we'll just start doing it daily for a half hour, whatever we can do, whatever we find to be more fucking comfortable. I'm talking with my hands like a fucking retard.
I'm also just a tired boy over here, so yeah.
You know, you've been up. I mean, I've been up since 6, but you've been up too.
Well, you're an army boy, so army boys.
No, I'm not army for this weekend. Nah, I got up to get a fucking tattoo because I'm retarded. But I did work 18 hours yesterday, 18 hours the day before. Yeah, so we'll play it by ear. I'll let you guys know when weekends we can't do episodes, when the viewership starts really going up and taking off. If it does, hopefully there will be more shows and shit like that. And then also to like Aaron and stuff like that, and if Seth ever wants to come on, I would, we'll have other people on, get Testa again, and then look out for that. Let's hope that interview goes down. We're in the talks for that, so that should be pretty fucking sweet, because that would be a left field fucking hit nobody would ever expect. And I've been talking to this guy for a couple of years, like I said, he's a favorite from the 90s and early 2000s, so it'd be pretty cool to get him back on. He does a bunch of voice acting and stuff, or get him on, not back on. He does a bunch of voice acting that you guys would all know, and I can't say it because I don't want to fucking spoil it. Thank you for watching. I know that was a long-winded wind down. I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope everybody has a great fucking night.
Have a great weekend. Super excited to be on.
Yeah.
And great things to come.
Yeah. So
great things to come.
Enjoy your Sunday. Pray to God if you believe in God, all that stuff. I'm going to hit you up directly after this, all right?
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.